Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest news in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashni.
Now, BMW has hydrogen-fueled cars on South Africa's roads.
Yeah, for the first time, we've got a fleet of hydrogen-fueled BMWs on our roads. This is highly significant because this is really speeding up what should be done in South Africa. We should be converting to hydrogen, green hydrogen particularly, in a massive way. It has huge economic benefits, but it really has major benefits for Mother Earth. And it's no good thinking that there can be other solutions that can be more environmentally protective. They cannot. Those other solutions are unable to be more environmentally protective. And are we going to go for what is great for the world, what is great for South Africa? Or are we going to fiddle around with intermediary type of activity? We've got to go big time for promoting the green hydrogen-fueled mobility. And you can also use that green hydrogen to help you make sure you've got electricity in a stationary form, particularly in areas that haven't got any electricity at the moment. And we can see demand for that, which can also give you all sorts of, other benefits when you get that going. So I think this was a very important event. It was on the sideline of the hydrogen CEOs, which came to Joburg here. It mustn't be a single event. It's got to be a process. They've got to be giving us insight into this all the time. So that marketing of it is now crucial. Because with Sasol being involved, Sasol has had the experience of 150 years of hydrogen. It was grey hydrogen, now it's got to be green hydrogen. We can see them converting that already to green hydrogen. That can be a huge benefit to Sasol. If they can do what is needed for trucks, buses, cars, planes, everything else, it's going to be huge for South Africa because we've got this background of Fischer-Tropsch. We're really involved. And now you've got companies like Air Products, that can get in with the refueling stations. There's just a lot of know-how, but enthusiasm, like I haven't seen for a long time. So, and you've got Anglo-American coming in partnership with BMW and Sasol to launch this green hydrogen car, which is heavenly. Sheer driving pleasure is exceeded with this fantastic thing. It's the same sort of distance that you can travel. The time it takes you to refuel is the same as conventional. We've got the conventional infrastructure here. So what we must do is make sure that we lead now, because there are 10 countries that have got this. Let's show that we can do it best. And I see Toyota very enthusiastic. I see this is pre-competitive. The companies may have great brands, but they're prepared at this stage in the pre-competitive position to collaborate. And you can see Sasol collaborating. You can see Anglo-American Platinum collaborating. And they're platinum is important for this economy as well, because what is happening is if we need to get replacement for internal combustion engine use of platinum. And this is it, because here you get the platinum group metals used with the electrolyzing of the renewables through the water using platinum and iridium, and then with the fuel cells, the same thing. You've got the platinum. So let's go for it, South Africa.
Now, tell us about the partnership between Heraeus and Sibanye-Stillwater. It's a PGMs partnership to boost the hydrogen economy.
You see, again, you've got behind-the-scenes activities, with now Sibanye-Stillwater and Heraeus of Germany. They're really well-versed in the platinum group metals. They've got refinery down in Kaberge. They've got a marketing office in Boksburg. They've been here for a long time. They've been associated with Northern Platinum. I can remember when Northern were launching, they were there. And so they are now linking up with those who have got a lot of iridium, but those who have got ruthenium, those who have got metals that can now be substituted, because it's very important that you don't run short of these platinum group metals. So here you've got Heraeus and now Sibanye-Stillwater coming forward for the second time to show you the attributes of palladium. The last time, it was to make sure that you could replace iridium with ruthenium. That is what is going to happen there. These platinum group metals are magical, and they can change, and they catalyze, and they enable the glorious changing of, green hydrogen into electricity. Can you imagine that? They catalyze that. They also, change the renewable energy into green hydrogen. So all this we've got here, right here in South Africa, and you can see the South African companies getting involved, and they're getting involved locally and internationally. Again, a good move to advance hydrogen.
Now, South Africa also wants to partner with Japan for green hydrogen development.
Now, look at that. I think JETRO, the Japanese organization, need to be complimented for bringing a delegation of 27 people here to look at what we've got on the green hydrogen front. And, they've been taken around Gauteng, they've been taken around the Western Cape. They're seeing all the activities that are going to happen here. We know that there's going to be Boegoebaai, which is a port that will export, the green ammonia. That is a derivative again. So there's so many derivatives of this green hydrogen that you can eventually look at being internally here. You'll have refueling hubs. So if we've got a car, we need mobility, we can go and refuel there. They can't do it too quickly. It's got to be economic. We see that if you do too quickly, you haven't got enough people pulling up at your filling station. So you've got to really work it out very carefully. But there's so much more with the hydrogen. Down in Saldanha Bay, you can resuscitate that steel export. We can be exporters of green steel. We can get a premium on that product. The people will want it. If you don't have the green steel and you're still using fossil fuel, when you hit the borders of Europe, they're going to say, "What? Can we have some tariffs, please? A nice tax, because we can't have something that's produced by fossil fuel coming in here without a tax. We want something produced with green energy." And then in the concrete business, you can bring in the hydrogen. In this building, we could do all sorts of things. So it is just so important now that South Africa focuses on how we can lift jobs, how we can lift this economy, the growth, how we can actually create local manufacture, because if you go down to our Tambo, you'll see that people are really making parts of the fuel cell. Now that fuel cell is a crucial thing as well. There's so much possible spin-off here from going into this green hydrogen, upstream, downstream, midstream, sideways, upside, every side you can go. So hopefully this will happen in South Africa.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. To subscribe to Creamer Media's Engineering News and Mining Weekly, please email subscriptions@creamermedia.co.za.